Take a deep breath. It's Judy's Mind Body. Inhale up and exhale slowly down. Triple burner. On a beautiful day, take the sunshine with you and bring it down into the earth. Inhaling up and exhaling down through the central body, through 3 energy centers, the head, heart, and lungs, and the abdomen. And enjoy it. It's fun. Once you learn all of these beautiful Qigong movements, it's much easier to go into Tai Chi Cha, for those of us of high energy, necessary. So inhaling out and up. Triple burner is a really ancient Qigong move, probably a primary one for opening the day or before you go to bed. And or both. Feel the expansion as you inhale and the rib cage begins to open up. Feel the length of the spine as you go up even higher and bring it down through the body. I like to see how far I can make my spine long here. So I love this. It's a wonderful beginning thing. And then if you go from triple burner into Buddha picks up the earth, inhale first and then exhale down above the shoulders here and come down out here and up through your center body with an inhale. And then this is the exhale here. You push the world up and see it go with your peripheral vision. You don't have to bring up the chin or anything. You can just maybe a little bit, but let it go and look at your ceiling and you will have succeeded in bringing up the earth. What a concept. And one more. Beautiful. And let's shake it out. Shaking it out is a Qigong move, believe it or not. You start with your feet, you move up through the whole body, and you move up through the jelly part of your thighs and up all the way up here. And then you just let it go here. And maybe, yes, maybe use the shoulders that get tight and then come back to rest again. And our next move will be heaven and earth. This hand will move up. This leg over here gets longer and longer. And you feel the other hand in a second moving up. And then we're going to add the earth. This is the heaven part. Once more over here for the heaven. And now you'll bring it center. And one hand will move up like this through the center body, and the other hand will move down through the center body. And possibly with the fingers out here, flattening. Heaven and earth. And feel what that does to this side. All the ribs start really coming apart in a beautiful way, extending the spine. You can feel it in your low back. And try the other side. Heaven and earth. Don't forget this hand. Reminds me a little bit of the Statue of Liberty. Of course, all these moves are done in all cultures to signal liberty, the sky, the earth, the connection that we make to it, and the freedom of it. Now let's bring it back to center and we'll do a linear thing this way. So we're going to inhale for the accordion. Expand the ribs. Feet are in a V here. This is called rider on horse position. And exhale back to center. Inhale out. Expanding the ribs, and you can also feel it in the low back. Now you feel the exhale here. And now you feel the inhale one more time. And let's release it down into the ground. And we're going to move forward with the Buddhist walking meditation. This is my left leg, but I'm going to be starting with your left leg, which is over here. So let's first go side to side. So you find your left leg, which will be your exact leg. And I will find my right, which will be my left for you. And now we're going to shift to the right here. And we're going to bring our left heel forward and come down through the heel, the center of the foot and the front of the foot, and then release the other heel. Middle of the foot, front of the foot. This is also called the Tai Chi walk. I learn a lot from my students. Also the Buddhist walking meditation. So now you're going to move back and you'll find your weight coming back into this right ball of the foot, the middle of the foot, end of the foot, which is the heel, and keep moving back. So we're just going the opposite direction on the foot, now starting in the front and moving to the back. Good. Ground it through the earth. And let's do our side-to-side shifts. This knee bends, this knee straightens, this knee bends, the other leg straightens. Feel the difference, but how each leg takes both practices, the bending and the straightening. Good. Now, when you next bend to your right, that would be the time to bring your left heel forward. In most places, you'll be starting in the Tai Chi with your left leg. So start here, coming forward, forward, back shift. I'm clasping my hands behind to keep my shoulders down. You could do the same. That helps to bring the energy down so that you don't start breathing too high. Let's inhale forward, though, and exhale back. And one more, forward, back, weight shift on your left side. Good, bring it back to center. Ground it. Feet in a V here. You can't see that with my feet on the carpet, but yeah, they're in a V. And I'm going to drop down. And I'm going to shift over to the left now and release the right heel first. Then move forward and back. Bending the front leg, straightening the back leg. Bending the back leg, straightening the front leg. And just a few shifts here. You have to be careful you don't go too far. Yeah, keep it long in the spine. And feel the inhale from the belly. That's your expansion. And feel the contraction into the low spine. And that actually will help to center the foot and back so that you don't slip like I just did. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Come back to center. Let's do the left once more, shifting over here to the right. Release the left heel and forward, back shifting, bending the front leg, straightening the back. The heel lifts. And now as you straighten the front, the toe lifts. So all those little subtle things are going to be important as you progress with Tai Chi. Things are never as simple as they look initially. We work on these things our entire elder years, many of us, every day. And coming back to center, inhale and exhale through the earth. And make some noise, maybe aha. Aha. Good, and now just feel that exhale this time. Inhale up and don't say anything. But feel the breath on the exhale with the mouth open. Once more. Good. Okay, so Qigong related practice in slowness and breath connection, starting with triple burner. Moving into Buddha picks up the earth, the groundings would be next. Exhaling down, inhaling to the heart. Exhaling down, bringing up your energy all the way to the head this time, inhaling all the way up to here. And feeling a slow exhale down, possibly on one breath, that would be great. And then over time, that will happen. Bring it above the head, inhale, and just breathe whatever that is for you, but feel the spine with the breath. Feel that lengthening all the way up to the sky and exhaling down. And it's so joyous. That's what I love about it. Something about moving with the brain, the body, the sense of joy. There's really nothing like it except being a kid. With parents who care. And now in our elder years, who do we care for first before we care for others? Ourselves. We've got to be in shape. Okay. Then we have the propeller. So bringing your arms out to a T here, and the palms are up. Let's try that. You're going to inhale and then exhale on a twist here. Inhale, center, and exhale on a twist. And it's even fun to take this a little bit higher. So you have to elevate through your rib cage to do that. And then you'll feel the hips moving with you, I hope, because this is a twist for that whole upper spine as well as part of the lower spine. Good, and now let's bring it back down and we'll just circle this way. And now we'll turn it into knocking at the gates. But those twists and those lengthenings really affect how you then can do this. Beautiful. Knocking at the gates is right at the abdomen and the front body. And then it can go up to the kidney area right above the waist here. And then it can go up to the lung points right here, and you can tap there without hurting yourself. Just don't bang too hard. And then you can go up to the shoulders if you like, or if that's possible. It's not for everyone. And then we'll come here in the center and we're going to tap down the arms. The top of the arm towards the fingers, the inside of the arm from the fingers up towards the shoulder and back down. You might want to bring your feet into a V so that you're on rider and horse. That way you'll be stabilized. And bring it over across the chest and down this arm, the opposite one, down to the fingers maybe, and inside the arm all the way up to here. And maybe down again. And across the chest. And now fold forward from the hips with a flat back with your feet in a V. And come down, tapping insides of the legs, outsides, back up on the outsides to stand again. And then folding forward. Don't forget it's from the hips. And down inside the legs, outside. And then shake it out. Shake it out well. Because we're going to go into another thing here. Picking up a feather and letting it go. Once again, we're extending the spine, extending the rib cage, extending this other leg here. And then bringing it down and picking up a feather over here. Maybe painting down the wall, that's always fun, especially in your imagination. And then over here. And there's no real paint here, so that's kind of better to have air anyway. And inhale, leave the cracks where they are. And exhale down. But see the wall as you go up and see the wall as you come down. And the other way. And then we'll probably just say that that's good for us right now. Let's go into the fountain. So folding forward with the hips with a flat back. And the backs of the palms will touch here as you fold forward. Touch the ground possibly. Inhale back up with the palms, backs of the palms together. Open the palms, look up. It's almost like the salute to the sun in yoga, but not quite. And release down again. A couple more if that's good for you. You're going to inhale now as you come up, and exhale as you come down. And then come up very slowly, maybe using big hands here to come up the body. And down the arms. It's not quite massage, but it is a part of Tai Chi warm-ups here. You can just use a claw-like hand here and just tap down. Because massage is part of Qigong. And then let's brush anything away that we're worried about. And the inside of the arm, brush it down, let it go. And the other side. Yeah, my yoga teacher this morning said, if you have anything left in your brain when you leave this class, you haven't learned anything, because we end with yoga nidra. So this is a different, more athletic part of Qigong here, but I think it's important to then realize that we need to go to a slower part. So we went through triple burner, Buddha picks up the earth, the groundings, heaven and earth, the accordion, the propeller, picking up a feather and letting it go. And now we transition into the owl. Everything starts to get slower. Clasping your hands behind the back and turning to your right slowly. Inhaling center and exhaling to your left. And back to your right. And let's stand for a moment like the eagle. If you ever see an eagle in a tree, they stand like this. We're going to put one hand under the other here. Looks like this. That opens you up and back. Beautiful. And now if you were the eagle in the tree, you actually could see all the way down below you on both sides, depending on which way you look. And now you're going to bring the arms the other way. So now you're going to put this, whatever the opposite hand is, underneath. And you don't have to come all the way up and bring your palms and fingers inside the palm, but if you can, that's a goal maybe. It stretches out the back. Good, and now open it. Now let's circle the fingers and fly like a huge condor. And go the opposite direction for swimming. Good, and now we'll keep going with a swimming idea and a crawl. Crawl stroke. And I'm moving my feet. I think you can do that because we don't really have water here. So use your side-to-side weight shift a bit. Good. Let's shake it out again. You have to realize I work on these things at 4 in the morning. So then I think, oh, they need to shake out after this one. Okay. Now you're going to go from a breaststroke. So start with your palms like this. Inhale, and now exhale out. Push the water away. Inhale again. We're basically opening up the shoulders and the arms and the breath. And one more. Good. Now you're going to do a backstroke. This might be a good basic for learning how to swim. And we're learning how to swim through air. And let it go. All right, now we're going to come back through normal things. These are for the upper spine. You're going to bring the palms like this with your out like this with the elbows there. And you're going to come forward, up, back and down, letting the shoulder blades roll down the back. And if you do 5 one way, then you need to do 5 the opposite way. So let's come back, up, forward and down. Good. Now the arms out in a T again. We did the propeller. And now we're going to just simply circle the arms forward, lengthening them without really locking the elbows, but the elbows are almost straight, but not all the way. We're trying to relax all the joints, so they need to be a primary one. Good. Now let's go back with those hands there. Same thing. A more modified backstroke than swimming. And then bring the elbows down close to the body, but not touching, and just wrist circles with the forearms. And then back circles too is probably a good idea. You want to get that whole circle of the wrist. You want to do it both directions. Good. Let it go. Shake it out again. And now we come to hips, feet in a V, rider on horse position. Forward, side, back, side. If we're all together, it is forward to your right, back to your left, and forward. And then, of course, we have to stop here and go the opposite way. So forward to your left, back, side, and forward. Good. Now we got to stand up again, make sure we're straight. Mountain position, palms out like this. Lengthen through the spine and just stand there and breathe. We're gradually slowing down. We're gradually getting all of our joints circled. And from the hips, we come to the knees. Feet are together. You fold forward from the hips, take hold of your knees and circle. We did left. So we'll do that left, forward, right, back. 5 of those. Just holding onto the knees keeps them safe. And we were actually helping the ligaments that hold the knees in place and move for them so that we don't torque our knees. Good. Now we're going to come forward here and go the opposite direction. Left, back, right, forward. At whatever pace you want to do. But not too fast. You want to feel everything. Good. Now you're sort of bent over here. You flattened your back, but just go all the way down. Release. You can almost straighten the knees, but not quite, and touch your ankles. And then release the fingers out in front of the toes, if possible, just like you're hanging there, relaxed, letting go, maybe even almost as if you could count your toes. And then slowly come up with the backs of the palms, leaving the fountain and saying, inhale and say, aha, aha. And inhale for aho, aho, Ahoo. This is exercising the voice. Ahi. Aha. And ahoo. Ahoo. That should be higher. Ahoo. Yeah, you want to exercise the whole parameter of the voice, and that should be added into your whatever you're doing. And okay, now the last ones I thought would be fun would be from yoga, and this is prayer, the prayer which we all need too, the sense of the sanctity of this practice. It's really a moving meditation, and so I want to move into this like we do in yoga. Inhale and come down in prayer. Exhale. Inhale and slowly exhale. It's like when we send energy to someone or a prayer, however you think about it, it's powerful from within us. And the other person usually feels it. Sometimes they call you up. Were you thinking of me? I was thinking of you. Inhale and exhale. And one more. You can bring the palms together here. The Legong points are in the centers of the palms, so it's interesting that this really we touch. And let's take it again and just actually pull the palms apart and see if you can feel the Qi between them. And now open the palms out. Do they feel warm and tingly? And exhale them close together without touching. And once more, inhale them out. And this time, just bring them down to ground through the earth. 8-part grounding. Inhale to the heart. Exhale to the abdomen. Inhale to the head. Release down. Bring it up to the trees. Maybe open it out a little bit. To the sun, maybe a little bit more straight up. With gratitude for the sun, and then slowly bring it down with gratitude for the rain. And come into Tadasana, mountain position from yoga. And we'll begin our Tai Chi practice. But first, water. Double grounding to begin. Keep going for rocking motion. Notice the softness of the wrists and the fingers. Notice the expansion of the inhale and the contraction of the exhale. Notice how you come through all the points of the foot as you go forward and release the heels, and all the points of the foot as you go back and lift the toes. Great for learning balance and using your full feet for more than just a clunky walk. And then make sure that we all lengthen our spines. and focus on nothing but feeling the energy that we're creating here through the connection of breath, mind, spirit, and moving. And in here, there is a figure 8 that's kind of subtle, but when you begin to think about it, it is said to be long life. It's a symbol of eternity. Making it one of the first Qigong moves that we know of that everybody does, something like this. And this can be done until you feel like you've had enough, but generally 9, multiples of 9. 9, 27, 36, until you're totally letting go. And sometimes there's nothing left in the mind. All right, one more here. And sink it through the earth. And we'll double ground it. Our next move, bringing the heels closer together and the toes are out this way, is bird flaps its wings. If you're learning to fly, inhale here and then exhale, releasing the heels. Rising and sinking. Here's the sink, and there's the exhale. And then the third one, a wrist circle that symbolizes the wings as they spread to learn to fly. 2 more cycles of the same. And third cycle. Notice how our slowness is getting slower. Our circularity is getting slower. And our mind is getting more focused with less thought. And we'll double ground it. And one more, take it to the head. The bird is happy because he or she has taken her first solo flight. Now shift to the right. Bring your left forward for a round at the platter in chest high water. Using a forward back shift. Inhaling forward and exhaling back towards that back foot. Two more, what brings us to 9. And bring the foot back in and ground it singly through the earth. And shift towards the left to release the right heel. And do the same thing again, around the platter in chest high water. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Four more. See if we can not feel that we stop at the back here. Let's see, keep going in this nice circle. Beautiful. Let it come around and back again. Great. Two more. Now keep going. Good. Beautiful. Let's inhale and send it into the earth and double ground it. Because we now have another around the platter with a variation. What fun. I always feel like a kid doing this. I'm not sure why. Think of a little paper boat. I'm going to push around this circle. Inhale here. This is around the platter variation. The variation is simply a circle within a bigger circle. And you watch that paper boat as it goes right opposite the heart and out into the water. With a little push right there. Two more. And last one on your left. Good, bring the foot back. Single grounding between sides. Shift towards your left side, which you just came from. Bring your right heel forward. And we're going to pick up a ball of energy for around the platter variation in chest high water. Lovely. Use your inhale with that little ball or paper boat, whatever you're thinking, and there's the exhale. So you're bringing that energy forward and then you're bringing it back to the back leg. So it's crossing the body. It's also crossing the brain. There's more of an inhale here on this side and an exhale on the other with that leg. Crossing the hemispheres. Let's do two more here. And slow last one. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. We'll double ground it. We finished around the platter variation. Bring it to the head. Lengthening your spine and exhaling it down very slowly. And preparing for bass drum in your mind, we're going to shift towards the right, release the left, create our drum, and move through it. Inhale here, in front, and exhale over the rim of the drum, which is around your body. Feel the release of the heel and back. And now the release of the toe in front. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel what we're supposed to feel, which is that the exhale is just a little bit slower as it moves down here in the back. The inhale is a little more energetic. The exhale is where you use your relaxation response. So it's just a little bit, not quite equal, but rhythmically, but almost. Two more. Inhale and sink it through the earth. Shift it towards your left to release the right heel with only 10% of the weight in it. Bass drum on your right side. Of course, when you shift into the front leg, you are weighting that yawn leg, and then you are unweighting it when you shift back. So that kind of awareness also is there. The bent leg, the straight leg. So many little things that make this more energetic and beautiful for us. Two more. Nice. Double ground it. Oh, let's just do a lot of groundings. It's fun. Let's go up to the head. Exhale down. Up to the trees on the inhale. Exhale down. And then all the way up to the sun. Slight upper spine back bend. Use your abdominals to support yourself and ground. And then exhale slowly down. And our next moves are companion moves. Daughter on the mountaintop, daughter in the valley. Shift right. Release your left. And come up to the tops of the mountains and down through the valley with your left hand behind, close to your heart. So this always feels like a journey that you're going up this mountain. Maybe it's early morning, semi-dark until you get to the top. And you get to the top and it's 6 a.m. and the sun starts to come out. And you go, wow, I not only get a view, but I get incredible light. I'm going to rejoice with that light here for a moment and exhale down. And then we go to the other side, shift to your left, release your right, and climb the mountain again on your right side. 9 times. Enjoying the going up. And 2 mountains. Shaping a heart. With the left hand behind again. It must be you and somebody else is on the outside. 2 circles interlocking through the central meridian. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale and sink it through the earth. And double ground it. Daughter on the mountaintop moves into a slower move. Daughter in the valley. Exhaling down and inhaling up through the central trail. A slower journey to see the top of the 2 mountains. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Last two on the left. Now, at this point in the practice, I always feel like we can glide through more through the middle. So let's try that on this side. So shift to the left, bring your right heel forward, and feel the glide, almost a count of 3 in the center. And then the lift of the toe or the heel. Feels like a moment of awe as you see the valley below when you get to the top. And as you inhale forward, climbing up, and you get to the top, you see this amazing view below. Three more. Last one of daughter in the valley. Bring the foot back in and ground it through the earth. Bring it to the heart, to the head, and to the sun. In gratitude, we made it to the top of the mountain, and now we exhale to ground. And shake it out. As we move into our next move, let's have some water because it is kind of hot here today. And we'll move into carry the ball to the side. Sinking down. When you're ready. Let's pick up the ball over here. Release the heel out to the side and move. And then bring the outside foot into ground. Inhale to rise and sink here on the exhale. Wind up. Heel goes out. And now shift. Shift. 3, 2 here. And on your third one, bring in the outside heel. Lengthen to inhale and now sink to exhale. Good. Or exhale to sink. And last one here. We got one more here. Or maybe 2 more. And let's do one more. We may be doing 4, but it doesn't really matter. 1. If you end up on the side of your room, you can always just do shorter shifts. Inhale here. We're going to go back. 3 times 3 this time. Good. Bring in your left leg. Exhale. Wind up. Prepare the heel out there. Shift. sink. And last one in this direction here. Life is always a practice, so we'll go back to the other side. And wind up. Release this left heel and move across again, really with more freedom. And a sense of the relaxation of the wrists and fingers, elbows too. Good. And last one. Beautiful. Nice grounding, nice shapes we made. Good. Let's double ground it. Move to the center for push, pull, and pulling in the energy, our next moves. Push, pull starts, we shift to the right, release the left heel, and move the energy through the heel of the hand forward in a circle that moves down and then up. And the wrists turn back to us on the inhale. Giving and receiving energy is another term for this beautiful move of push, pull. Notice how this is the exhale. You push, and the inhale as it comes back to your heart. Hence, giving and receiving energy is a beautiful way of defining it. Three more on this left side. Giving, pushing, receiving, pulling. Exhaling forward and inhaling back. Let's do one more really slow. And the beautiful part of all this is you get to practice it again on the other side. You're going to shift here singly, bring it to the heart, and then exhale down. Good. Now shift towards your left to release your right heel for push, pull on the right side. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale back to the heart, forward shifting, back shifting, gliding through the center, and then releasing the heel. Gliding through the center, and then releasing the toe and the slowness. And feel the beautiful ways it feels to turn the wrists. Just enjoy that one moment of just coming up here and then just turning them and noticing it. Wow. Last one on your right side. Beautiful. Inhale and sink it through the earth. Let's double ground it. And now we move to its companion move, which is pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe. And it's also a visualization. You can be anywhere, but think of the stars. Let the energy come through your fingertips. because energetically, your fingertips and toes receive the energy finally from the whole circulation process here. So they probably feel a little bit tingle, or you feel warmth in your fingers and hands. That's the Qi that you're cultivating here. Or more. Last one on your left. Bring in the foot. Inhale to release and shift to your left to bring the right heel forward. And the palms are up this way. As you bring in the energy from the farthest star in the universe that you can see, or our glorious moon recently with a star next to it, Venus. Last one on your right side. And double ground it. Basic taffy. Starting in the center, bringing your left hand under the right elbow and your left heel out to the side, and pull the taffy between the palms. Like moving through heavy water or air. I like to ground it each time. And then bring the other hand under. And the invite hand now is your left hand. It moves you to the left, it's underneath. And now it's to your right. The right hand is underneath. And the hands pull apart through this power of the weight shift. There's almost nothing to do. It's also been called the art of non-doing. Three more. And then wherever we are, we will come back to the left. So we've got one more to the right. We'll come back over here. We want to always finish on the left side, sort of like home base. And now you can ground it through the earth. Inhale first and sink. And maybe double ground it. It's the primary source for the three variations that follow. The first variation being anchor taffy. You're going to move with your left first. You're going to go forward with taffy and then release that leg back and ground it. And then to the side. You're inviting yourself to the left side. Now the right foot will come forward and you go the opposite way when you do your side thing. First, opening the hips and sinking, and then moving the energy to the side. And repeating. Anchor taffy with a forward shift and then a side to side shift. Make it as easy as you can. This is the real transition part of the whole practice that takes us into slowness eventually. But it's sort of like the development section in a symphony. So enjoy it as you do these variations. Two more. Let's go forward. Take it to your right. And return to our left home base. Forward and to the side. Beautiful. All right. Now we get to circles taffy. And you know the sinking, rising bit on this, so I'll go with you. Sink, rise, sink, rise, sink, wind up, left hand under and pull to the left. And sink, rise, sink, rise, sink. Now your right hand's going to come under because you're pulling it over here. Sink. Take a little bit longer to ground, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Now left hand under and pull it to the side. And inhale to rise and then sink briefly. And now rise to inhale. Think. I'm thinking symphonic here, so I'm being the conductor. And now your left hand comes under and you pull it to the side and you inhale and sink for the last time. Let's double ground it. And we come to our last of the variations, and this is perpetual motion taffy with heel step. So when you go to the left, you're going to be bringing the heel down. The energy will move to the toes, and then to the right, same thing. And it's a very fun heel step because it's the same thing we did with the Buddhist walking meditation. You start from the heel, move to the toe, and that works with the energy of the perpetual motion. And here we go. Left hand under, left heel. And there's no certain number here. So we're just about 9, but we're going to keep going for a little bit here. 2 more. Nice. Now inhale and slowly exhale it down. And we're going to prepare for our next moves, but let's first double ground this one because it's the last of our taffies. And now we move into working the pulley. So your right hand's going to be underneath the hip bone here, and your left hand's going to come from the heart. Your left foot will come forward, and then you do a diagonal cross here. So this is a wonderful one to do as if we were together in partners. You're touching your shoulder, you touch mine on Zoom in your imagination. It's kind of a giving and receiving move. Also has relationship to the crawl stroke. And you might find that you need to swivel the feet here. Last one. And bring the foot back in. Single ground it. We're moving to the other side, shifting with your right heel forward and your right hand at the heart and your left hand under the hip. And you're going to do this beautiful crawl stroke from shoulder to shoulder in partners. Hey, thanks. I feel like I just got some energy. And last one now on your right side. Nice flow, beautiful. The flow makes it a lot easier to do this. When there's a bunch of us together, it's just great. Inhale up. Let's double ground it. Let's go even higher because that was so much fun. And anyway, we have to now go really high because we're going into light at the top of the head, light at the temple. So feet are in a V. You're going to exhale down here, come through the heart area to take this to the crown of the head and sink and rise with it, feet in a V. Light at the top of the head. Sink and rise. Come to the balls of the feet if that's comfortable. If it's not, don't worry about it. And now here you're going to circle the palms. It's the circling of all the energy of yin and yang, all the opposites. Hold the energy and sink and rise, feet in a V. Let it go. Out into the world. All your thoughts, your speech, your action that want to be nice. And exhale down. Inhale up, left hand to the heart. Exhale down to the abdomen. Bring it up to your temples, light at the temple. Feet in a V, sink and rise. Circle that energy of yin and yang, all the opposites. 6 to 9 times. Now hold those opposites and then sink and rise and let them go. And then let the energy move into the earth. And the left hand move back to the heart on the inhale. And slowly release it down as we come into joyous breath. the most yawn gesture we have in all this practice. So make it joyous and fun. Inhale, come up to the balls of the feet. And exhale down 4 times. Big inhale. And last group of 4. Sink the heels. And slowly come back to yin on the grounding. And double ground it really slowly. We're moving into passing clouds. All things change. Acceptance, resilience, courage, kindness, whatever you feel in those clouds, it's going to change. Brush the elbow if you like on your forward part of this side-to-side shift, and even on the back part. Equity. Three more. And bring the foot in. Double ground it. Six healing sounds. The sound for the heart is ho. The sound for the spleen is hu. The sound for the liver is tsu. The sounds for the lungs is sh. The sound for the triple heater is shi. And the last sound is for the kidneys, and it's chui. Left hand, left foot. Last one. Bring in the foot. Mixing the energy of yin and yang, all the opposites in this practice that come together. And bringing your left heel to your right ankle bone for cosmic consciousness pose, with your left hand closer to the heart than the outside hand. Hold this energy, open it, looking through the window of eternity and over it. Interlace the fingers in gratitude for the thousands of years of teachers and this changes that happened with this practice of Qigong. And in gratitude, we have this from the work of Justin Stone, 1974, with Wen Shan Wang, his teacher. And we have this beautiful practice of Tai Chi Cha. Thank everyone for your practice today. It was beautiful. And come into mountain pose. Stand like a mountain this week. We all encounter many things. Make it a joyous encounter.